go and play deck the hall. Hi, welcome to DevKami.
Yo.
Today, Tristan is not
Yes.
around.
Yeah, for the practice.
Yep, he had a
And
practice for concert. Yes.
The 203 episodes. And is it a prime number?
I think it's a prime number. Because it's a prime number. It should be. I think it should be. You know what? We should have opened up the prime number registry. There's such thing. Believe it or not, there's such thing. Let me
No, you just
quickly
Google
look.
it.
Yeah, you just Google it and
No,
you will just get
203 a prime number? No.
Okay, damn it. So there's
It's
actually a whole
divisible
big...
by 1, 729 and 203.
Oh, damn it. God damn it. Oh, well. Let me start with our website, of course. So Christmas is coming, which what it really means is that
Something is
what it
happening.
really means, nothing happening because everybody's on holiday. So the last event that's actually happening is by I went to the NOM event last week. It kind of showed my opinion of local tech event. It's more of an ecosystem issue than the organizer issue, to be honest. So that happened. Then because on contrast, the Google developer event is very successful compared to the NOM event, which we forgot to promote. Our fault, really. It's the issue of the ecosystem than the organizer, because so the GNOME event is of course about the Linux desktop. The thing is, among community, unless you're really hardcore nerds, how many among the bigger tech community outside is a Linux user primarily, right? So that's what happened. Whereas Google on doing it is easy, it's a big name. People talk about things
It's a
that
big name,
they're
there's a lot
familiar
of
with.
fans. Easy
And
to
also they
sell.
talk about tech, and the talk about
family
technology
brand.
that people care about, right? About like web technology,
Consumer
TensorFlow.
technologies.
Yeah. So Linux desktop as a technology is more niche among the local community. So then after
Used to
that
be
I
more
go to the
common back
bookshop.
then.
Yes. Then I want to get a book on BPF. That's later. Maybe I share that book later. I just thought it's interesting. So let's talk events. We have the only thing happening is Tech Up event.
The only thing happening
And
is Christmas.
Yeah. Then after that, no, actually it's Christmas, and of course Microsoft's own Santa trackers and NORAD's own Santa tracker, which is a good PR exercise because it's the same script. To be honest, it's the same script since forever. They changed it in the 90s when internet comes to the US military. Then they connect like what NORAD is about in a non-classified way. It's the same script I got bought. So then, of course, the Microsoft Santa Tracker, the Google Santa Tracker again, just go through Google Map again, which I think, I don't know. This time I skip doing that. So that's about it for events.
I think
and
it's
of
really
course,
going on.
Go
and
is
half of if somebody else wants to take over or want to host it, it's fine by
let
me.
them, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything anymore. The open source community is asking me like, are you going to do anything? No, I'm not going to do anything anymore. I'm a bit
open source won.
Yes. No, it's yes and no. I mean, yes.
But the spirit is no longer the same. Like people take
correct.
pride in ownership of their project. It is not your project if you decide to open source it. But of course, you are not obliged to provide technical support, free technical support.
Correct. So open source as idea is there, but Linux desktop on the other hand is not, which lead to apparently a joke that is, what's the most used Linux desktop around? The Mac OS, well, whatever, you know what I mean? So which is a pity because we really do need our an alternative operating system the fanboys disagree, but I have my own reason. So yeah lah. Let's start with our news. First one, a platform certificate for Android application system image had been leaked. And this one is by Samsung and MediaTek. It is bad in a way that means malware is more likely to able to be verified by the system because it's signed by those keys. So there should be an update coming really soon. I do not know about MediaTek, but Samsung should be. I hope so because this actually affect the system, especially mine lah. So one thing they do say, OEM have mitigated the issue above in previous update. New security update for Android is not necessary. It just only because they're going to do some fix lah. Should be fine. So Google Play are able to remove those cert and end user not verify it because the key. So yeah, in short, the Play Store will remove it and all that. Should be fine. Should be fine. The company will release the new cert for you to and sign stuff and all that. So yeah, just update your system as usual.
Yep.
This one, unfortunately, I only heard from this source. Post Malaysia, we go to AWS, according to this source. Interestingly, do you know that Post Malaysia is actually privatized?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they're not under the government anymore. So they're actually.
Been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. So when your post don't come, don't blame the government anymore. They actually, if anything, they sold it to a crony company. Okay, don't say crony.
No, previously was owned by. What was that company that owns Proton?
They do DRB Highcom.
Yeah,
High-Tech Padu, which is part of DRB Highcom. They are the one that owns Post Malaysia. I do not know who owns it now, or whether it's still the same. But they prioritize it in the hopefully get more efficient. I don't know about that, but nowadays it used to be Post Malaysia is a utility in a way that they are the only organization that can do your license, do your voting and all that. They are the one that guarantee delivery of those things to your government officers. And I do not know how now and how the arrangement is now. So because at one time, for example, changing your voting information, there's a special form in Post Malaysia that can do that.
They still do that actually. I think some of the services are still guaranteed because it's a utility.
It's guaranteed by law, I believe.
Yeah.
I think that I don't know whether you believe guaranteed by law. And also you can send money through post. Again, it's called one post. Those exist before ATM and all those things happen. Yes, that service happened exists before widespread ATM use and all that. And it used to be that because of that, you can send money to some of the most remote area in Malaysia, and more importantly, some post one post at one time is the guaranteed way for you to pay government service.
Yep.
That requires.
That's how you buy forms and stuff last time.
Correct. Well, I do not know what happened with that, but yeah, now it's a private service. It should keep it, but I do not know how the arrangement is, to be honest. So next one quickly is there's a data destroy. There's a worm that destroys viruses. Why, I do not know. It's not a ransomware. This thing only destroy data. No, I do not know why. I do not know why this data for the first place. So nobody said anything lah. Next one is mobile security framework. So this is mobile application testing framework.
How do you run it?
Actually, I do not know. There is INI files and all that. I believe, okay, it's part of CI/CD. Documentation sucks as usual. they do static analysis of APK file. So they have some demo on the site. So they're able to show application. This is the APK signer certificate. Can you see it? Do you want me to make it larger?
Yeah, make it larger so everyone can see it.
So yeah, so they'll upload an APK so that you can actually analyze a lot of this stuff.
So the tool will, when you deploy it, it's gonna be as your own server, and you're gonna provide the web UI for you to upload.
Correct.
The APK.
Because believe it or not, your Android. Okay, I know Android because that's what I use. Within those packages, a lot of metadata that you can use for various reasons. Then on top of it, the whole security industry had a whole set of tools. All you need to do, for example, is to submit a hash. And you get
Google is these days they have been pushing the what do you call that? Okay, I forgot. It's not the APK. It's a bundle.
They already dropped APK. They have a new format now, but this
bundle format.
Yeah, there's no bundler now, but
that only,
either way, all this but
that only Play Store can accept.
Correct. So, and all this actually do have some form of metadata that you can use in many ways. So this one they actually show you how to do it for iOS APK. I do not know how this will work for the new Android packaging. I do not know about that. They also can view a web API that they capture. Again, I do not know how this works.
Whether it's something while you're playing text and something like that.
Correct.
No, actually
this
not.
Is a very good.
Unless the developer purposely. But these days, if you submit to Play Store, is that they don't allow you to. They do some checking for you these days.
Correct. So yeah. So even though as an end user, most of these things are done for you, but as somebody that run IT security, as somebody do something stupid, sometimes you just have to do your own investigation, or at minimum report it. So yeah, next one. As you can see, the tab today is slow news day. There's not a lot of news today actually. So this is actually remote code execution. It's already updated. The proof concept release, but so just run your patch. So what this does is a attacker with a link could take over a computer of a VS Code user, and as long as they're connected to the remote development feature. So this affect at least code space and all that. So if you use those, there's a link, people can control your system. So it's a big deal. It's scary as hell. So yeah, updated. It's already fixed. It's fixed on November 10th. So yeah, just update it for goodness sake. This one, quickly go through the run training system, machine learning training system, or a neural network system on the microcontroller scale devices. Just my thing lah. These things are not translated into your phone and all that yet because those phones are just running inference. They're not doing training. I do not know if they will transfer over, but I hope one can hope. So this one, and why the hell I would switch to that? Blah, 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 we open. Okay, this one. Have you used this yet?
We actually talk. There's a talk about it.
Tristan talked about it briefly on his on a demo. So they make it official now. Because when Tristan talked about it, he's still in development, he's still in beta. So what this does is on the server, you can set up a command line system. So with this, you can control your Visual Studio Code over remote. Remote over your system. Just don't do it on your production server, but you can do it if you want to. For development, it's fine because you want to standardize your dev environment, and sometimes that's useful. And also because of this, they changed the remote. Brand name. So WSL is not a remote extension now. It's just WSL, and the container is now containers. Interesting, scary, but interesting. I can see why people want it simply because it make sometimes it's just easier for you to work directly on the server with everything prepared lah. So you can tunnel to system all that. Just be very careful, but it works, right? It works. So it's called VS Code CLI. So you install the server, then you turn on remote tunnel access, then you just code on your servers. Just don't put it on your production server. Long story.
Everything runs
Anything to
there.
add? Yeah. Okay. Just open again another microcontroller training thing just because. Move on. This one is interesting because apparently one of the new community member in Engineers Y Discord actually show him or her operating system. It's an x86 16-bit OS, so everything is written in assembly. In assembly on the old system, you can do whatever you need. So yeah, I find it as an interesting project because I just want to know how people just build this kind of interesting project. Not really useful, but it's fun. So anything to add on this? If not, I'm going to move on. Yep. Okay. Then last two. Open source software hosting company shutting down because CEO ran away. I do not know where it is, but nobody know where he is. But this organization do run out of fund. They're providing hosting service for high-profile project, FSFE and all that, but they just don't have the money lah. Unfortunately, this is the truth for a lot of open source software. Yes, we may some of us may give you the code, but running some of those code, especially those that relies on server, those are not free. Infrastructure is never free. Even you own a rack on the server, those are subscription. Yeah, so you still have to pay. That's correct. So even you run very hard, the chances is you're renting a land and all that. Nothing is truly free, unfortunately. So yes, the code is free, and that is a gift, right? There's a gift, and also increase resilience in a different way because the code is free to use in any way. You can set up wherever you want. It's not free when it come to cost. In this case, it's your time cost. So back to the point, nothing is really free. So be nice to your open source contributor, package, creator, etc., right? So yeah. So too bad, but that's it. This one is very interesting. I think is this the pink one? So not too long ago, I lost the. Okay, so not too long ago, somebody from the local security community is saying that FreeBSD a ping can cause stack overflow on FreeBSD. It's a vulnerability by a lot. I don't know where the hell it is. This one, but this is a different one. This is actually 0 day on that affect PS4 and PS5 because PS4 and PS5 is written on top of FreeBSD, and the reason for that is licensing chances.
Licensing.
It's the licensing.
Even the Switch operating system is BSD based. FreeBSD.
Correct.
I remember.
So where it is? Where the hell it is? It's a very I lost it. So it's just update your FreeBSD if you want to. I doubt among our community there's a lot. I know a guy, but that guy know what he's doing anyway. So yeah.
And recently there's a new release as well.
Correct. There's a new release for FreeBSD. With that said, and we run out of news. So I'm going to show you something cool. How much did I talk about TryHackMe as a course?
You talk about it in one episode, but
okay.
You can.
So what I learned from TryHackMe is very good. It's very cool. So first I learned a thing called abuse.ch. I know I heard about it, but I did not know what you can use it for, right? So as it turns out, this thing here is very useful. Okay, so for example, let's say you have, I'm not a robot. See, I passed the test. I'm not a robot. So let's say you suspect that one of your idiot coworker did not actually happen in my place because we are Mac users. I'm the only Windows user. I know what I'm doing. So let's say somebody did download a bad file, right? You suspect that's weird. Why the file come from? So interesting. So abuse.ch had a thing called malware bazaar. What you do is you create a SHA-256, and you're going to, let's say, find this. Then you can actually go in. Then they will tell you what it is, lah. So it will help. This is actually abuse.ch is actually a project by a university to do security research. So they had a lot of partner, of course. Let me go to abuse.ch. So this is actually a research. I believe this is a research project by a university. Okay, I do. So it's a public project. It's a public project to help people to make things more secure. So as a result, that actually I wanted this tool. So one of the things I show you is malware bazaar. The other one is called SSL blacklist. SSL blacklist is, let's say you have a cert, you want to see how do you trust the cert. You can actually provide that. Detect botnet, fingerprint, and SSL. So they actually provide the fingerprint and you can submit it, right? A lot of this. So in Try Hack Me, what they do is they actually already do the work, because I'm still in the beginning of the course. But this is the beginning of the juicy part, in a way that they actually tell you how these tools exist, right? You are a house, then you can actually look at the database. Then you can test your IP. So let's say on your security log, you find a weird IP. Like, where does this come from? You can actually check one of these tools, which I think is actually very cool, right? So yeah, I found that on the juicy part on Try Hack Me. Oh man, oh man, start your first question. No, don't let me do that yet. The only thing about these guys is they're very bad at UX, because they're actually very bad at user interface. So as a result, if you click the wrong class, you suddenly go to the wrong place. View part. No, compete. No, learner. No, let me find other. Malware analysis, not trap malware. Give me a while. I lost this suddenly. You guys sucks, man. Okay, they are actually very good courses. It's just that they have very bad. They're very bad. They have a very bad. Here you are. They have a very bad UX. They have too many things to cover. See here, they actually cover like abuse.ch. How do you do this? Fielder tracker, SLBL, ThreadFox. Then there are also fish tools, which I discovered. Fish tool. Do you have a fish tools?
No, all these are new to me this evening.
Okay, fish tool. Okay, so in the community version, but so during the class, they actually had to get me to actually download a file. So the Windows malware detector actually detect the file and flag it and do not allow me to download it, because it actually had a bad malware. Let me see if I have my old analysis manual download here. You don't see anymore. History. Here you are. So all this is all from the cost. I do not do anything. So let's say you run, let's say you actually maintain your email services, or you just want to check. You happen to have a group emails they send in. You want to check if anything is weird with the email, which often it is. So you can actually download. Let me open a new tab. Fish tools. You can download the. You can use your Thunderbird, for example. Download the contact. Save the email as text. Then you just drop it here. Then what you do is they actually provide you with also information. For example, what's the IP come from? What's the attachment? They tell you that this attachment have macro. Be careful about this. When application macro, they may sneak in malware, for example, right? And they provide the file with SHA-256, for example, which in turn you can pass to Malware Bazaar to actually search. So, for example, here, let me search again. Malware Bazaar, then search. I think I need a search syntax for that. Yeah, I need to use a search syntax. And SHA-256. Do they have it? Wrong search term. Yeah. So either way, you can from this you can more safely investigate suspected email, which interestingly actually is a very common way for you to send malware to take over a system. So another tools they actually introduced. Let me go back to the course again. I already finished this. Telos. Telos Intelligence. Telos is actually owned by Cisco, but they have their own group and all that. So they give the information. They do have login and all that, but you can use their tool. You can use their tool for. You can use their tool to investigating. The only thing is they keep thinking I'm a robot. So if anything, I'm safe from. Yeah, they're safe from me. What the hell? I am not a robot. Now I do not know if I'm actually a robot.
But you're sentient.
Yeah, maybe I got replaced in between. I do not know about
Probably
it.
I never existed. So
you see, they actually help you. Not everything is useful. For example, sometimes I just go back to Malware Bazaar instead. But if they find it, they can find things for you very well. So, and all these are actually what I discovered during the class, which I think is very cool. I do not know if I actually got to use this because I have all the access, but I just don't have the time because my official job title is senior software engineer, and I just happen to take out infrastructures and everything else because I just don't like people to try before me. So yeah, this course very cool. Some of these are free course. Some of it is actually paid, and that's fine. It's a verti class. It's not this. So for example, they actually go through. So let me go through what they're going to teach for analysts. This junior analyst here, and the reason is I put myself in junior analyst here is because I'm not that good in security, believe it or not. So I'm beginning to be in the juicy class like Yara. Yara is a language to search for intelligence because, as it turns out, there's a reason why some of the security people talk like secret agents, right? Because they are talking about security incident. Of course, those information are called intelligence because it's just useful to have, to record that way. And the thing they do is very spy-like, even though the goal is very different. So, for example, they will clandestinely make you to download a file to take over your system. so that they can get information, and the information is not used by the government itself on the dark web. So there's a difference. And they have this. They have Snort. Man, they got network miner. I do not know what the hell is this. Then Wireshark, and I thought Wireshark chances there is more. Then there's endpoint security. Oh, they got sys internal. Maybe I'm doing the expert here. OS query. So the point is, this is actually very.
It
a lot of these
comprehensive.
Is very comprehensive, precisely. Then they actually go through Windows Forest Basic. So if you are, so even you're not a security person, it's still very useful, because let's say you're a sysadmin or you happen to take care of system. These courses called SOC Level 1, I believe it will be useful, because we only have more security incident, and yet company, unless you reach a certain size, companies tend to not have a dedicated security person, right? And that it means that sysadmin, DevOps engineer, or whatever you call it nowadays, you are the one that will be the last line of defense, or first line. I don't even know what it is. You're essentially the avenger of the system, right? On a company's computer system. So yeah, which is why I think I'll get the cost. They have a subscription plan, which I am in, because I believe I think
looks pretty good.
Yeah,
the things that it covers are pretty good. Even just exposure to the tools, and there's
correct.
also the tutorials and guides for these new tools. Very detailed
Correct.
one.
Then they charge you by 90 US pound. Was it pound or euro? Pound. So they charge you by 19 pound for the food, to get all the convenience. You can there is some cost you can't access, but you can
90 is a year.
A year. So yes, is it expensive or cheap? I think it's okay for the content. Because it's a book that finished in a day anyway. So yeah. And this is not sponsored, by the way. This is not sponsored. I just want to show off that I'm on my way to become a hacker. So yes, this is what I learned from all these. I should share this to the link. So anything else that is interesting around?
Not really from my end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not finish my Advent of Code yet, just so you know.
I haven't even started my Advent of Code.
I thought you'd want to do it, which I respect. Not everybody can do. Not everybody had to do it.
No, it's that I have no time to do it.
Okay. Because I happen to influence all my junior devs to able to do this.
It's good. It's actually pretty good because. Wait, why can't I hear myself?
No. My Bluetooth died for a reason I don't understand.
I would say doing Advent of Code is good because it demystifies some of the bad preconception especially with leak code. Is that Advent of Code doesn't give a damn of how you're going to solve the problem. Yeah. If you are to solve things semi-manual way, you get it quick. Yeah, that's the correct way if you get the correct answer.
Correct, and that's about it. That's the most important thing. Everything else is secondary. If you learn something from other people, that's the primary thing. Actually, if you can learn something that you never thought about, that's the most thing. So, for example, in my team, so of course, the thing that learn is things that we took for granted. For example, counter, the Linux counter, the Python counter object. For some reason they choose to do Python, which is fine.
This is really convenient to do.
It's actually very convenient.
Set is always useful in every year's AOC.
Yes, correct.
Counter is useful.
Yeah,
and it's easy to do some of the I'm not sure about this year, but every year there's a bit to No, binary to integer conversion, those things.
Yeah, correct. Not yet though, not yet to us.
Which is pretty easy to do in Python.
Yeah, precisely. So that happened in my day job. Then what else happened in training thing? That's internal thing. I barely make the presentation. Don't tell people that it's too late. So the guys actually listen to DevKami anyway. What else? Yeah, that's about it lah. Boring thing lah. Because if I have nothing to say, I'm going to shut off early. Oh yeah. Last thing I want to talk about is BPF book, the BPF book, Performance Tools. What do you think about this book?
I have no idea. You tell me.
Okay.
I read it. I think I read very little book this year.
What?
Almost
How
none.
can you?
Almost none. You can see from my Goodread.
Goodread.
My Goodread is 0. I think my last read was the one of the horror story. I Remember You.
Okay. Okay. So the thing that I go through is, let me find my challenge. 30 book, which is disappointing. It's almost the end of the year.
Yeah, well, you can always cheat. You can always cheat with reading comics.
Yeah. So, but there's some good book lah, to be honest. Code Complete is good. This one is okay.
It's a very thick book.
Yeah, correct. It's a very thick book. The Perfectionist is actually very good, to be honest. It's actually very good. The Perfectionist is about precision engineering. I suddenly cannot speak the word precision. So precision engineering is actually the thought that so people actually things are taken for granted, like many things on the planet. So for example, there is tolerance for key, right? A key looks very big now in the 21st century, but it really need a lot of things to work for happening. They will describe how. Then steam engine. Again, steam engine very big. As it turns out, there's some tolerance necessary so that your steam engine would actually piston would work. Otherwise, there'll be too many leak. So you need to handle your leak properly. Then also guns are precision engineering as well. So there is you need, because otherwise you're going otherwise in the 1700 and 1800 guns are custom made, right? There's no such thing as an industry.
And the pressure has to be right in all chambers.
Correct. So everything done by hand and tested by the gunsmith. So the thing is, when
I saw something online about is that do not fire an old gun.
Yes, correct.
Certain part might be rusted, and then it might be blowing your hands off.
Correct. So because guns have very small tolerance, actually, because for the bullet to go through. But in a war, you need to make a lot of those, right? And as a result, you need to turn into industry and do that. So you need to make things that fit pretty well at a certain size. The problem is when they introduce a precision replaceable part for weapon manufacturing, the artisans hate it. Okay, the artisans hate it.
It still does.
It is actually different.
Certain things, it still does.
Yes. So and this happens in France. So interestingly, in France, they actually I forget the guy. They actually introduced precision engineering to make weapons for the revolutionary. Unfortunately, there is common people among the people is so unpopular that it actually pushed back industrialization in France for so many years. France now is still artisan country. Their industrial output is not as big as anything. Everything is because of pushback of automation and all that. It's so crazy. So either way, this book shows that.
Good for them when it works now.
Correct.
When Yeah, but for certain thing is that including watches is that yes, it's pretty romantic to have things manufactured by hand, but
Yes.
but it's still not. We all know that mechanical watches looks nice,
Yes.
but it's not the most accurate one, and yeah.
Correct. So this actually another story for Seiko, the big watch company in Japan. So at one time, Japan actually, Seiko actually do some of the best, some of the smallest quartz crystals for watch at that time, so that he can actually make accurate watches, and everything is done by machinery and all that. So as it turns out, for some reason after that, Seiko still employs artisans to make watch because people actually appreciate uh, artisanal product.
And
So as a result, they're willing to pay the money, extra money for that, which is according
no
to the
problem with
book, is
that.
irony. Yeah, so if that's where, so people thinks that in the free market all that things will be more efficient and more efficient. No, in the free market, people want things. If people want things, people buy it.
People wants vanity.
Yes, so in this case, it's not necessarily efficient, but it's vanity, and they're willing to pay for vanity. So it's about what people want. So what people want are not necessarily efficiency, right? So either way, this book is highly recommended as usual. Then Eyes of the Void is interesting because they talk about something that you cannot understand, the enemy that you cannot understand. Shard of Earth and Eyes of the Void is part of the book. Prayer from the Crown Shy. This is actually a robot that turns sentient and they meet a monk. So they try to understand karma and shit. Actually, they try to understand what it means to be human. Because in the book, in the first book, they are actually this society, the people have everything. They are not rich, but they won't be starved. They will not be starved at all. So so this is a post. In a way, it's very similar to Star Trek world. It's a post-industrial society. Everything is taken care of. People just build things because when they
We
need
we
it.
actually measure that as happiness these days, but
Correct. It's a
it just means
very
that
happy world.
you actually have a large your food
Yeah.
is your healthcare is taken care of, your food is taken care
Yes.
of, but that doesn't really guarantee satisfaction as in happiness.
Correct. And inside the book is asking a question: what do you want? I don't know. I don't know what I want. And that's the question I try to ask, and there's no answer yet. And also the reason why they're in this kind of society, instead of a proper big scale industrial one, is because the robot turns sentient and the robot runs away, so that nothing actually doing their industry anymore. So as a result, everything is artisanal. Which back to the theme again. Highly recommended as usual. I'm going to make the size bigger again. Can I? Okay. Can la. What if recommended? Fate. The Lady Astronaut is very cool. Lady Astronaut is about in the 1960s. They had to jumpstart the space program quickly. There's no computer. There's 60s computer is very bad, so they had to send human to do the calculation. So and those tend to be women.
Yeah,
So
and
as a
they were not
result,
given credits as well.
correct. So in this case, they really have to fight their way to space because they need people to actually calculate all that thing. So yes, 3 miles down. 3 miles down is actually an alternate history. There's this ship called the Glomar Explorer. What they do is officially, so in the real world, the Glomar Explorer in the 1980s tried to pick up a whole piece of a Soviet Union submarine. Okay, Soviet Union submarine. So to steal information from Russia. It's a CIA project. In this book, they do the same thing, but the reason is because there's an alien spaceship that destroyed the Soviet submarine. So they are there not to retrieve they still had the official story correct. They wanted to pick up some rock and mineral. And one layer of the deception is they want to pick up the Soviet submarine, but inside the real layer is they found an alien spaceship. They're gonna pick it up. Unfortunately, this book ends with a cliffhanger. I do not know whether he will continue.
It's the first book.
No, he did not say
when was it. When was it published?
This year.
Okay.
So he did not say anything whether it's a series or not. They just leave it a cliffhanger, which is annoying as hell. Then
fine by me.
Yeah, I know. Some books are not just.
I'm fine by having good stories that end with cliffhangers than a bad sequel.
Yeah, it's true actually, because
I read several trilogies that I wish I haven't read the second and the third book.
Yeah, it like Dune for me. I don't know. I have mixed feeling for Dune. The first book is awesome, but they can stop at that. That's just me. Oh, by the way, Harry Turtledove is also a well-known alternate. He's actually a historian, but he likes to write out his alternative history. So another one that they have is called War at War series. So in this one, it's during World War II. The alien tried to invade Earth. So they try to put electromagnetic pulse, and as it turns out, at that time, the technology are not using transistor. They're using vacuum tube, and vacuum tube are very resistant to electromagnetic pulse attack. Yeah. So they're like,
vacuum tube, goodness, you guys have... That's why it was so hard to jam some of the electronics from Soviet Union, because they stuck with vacuum tube for a while.
Correct. So in the story, the alien invasion happens during World War II and it's a bad time because humans have advanced enough technology to fight back. They have nuclear weapons, and everyone have been mobilized because it's a damn war. So everybody had the weapon on their hand. So that's where history changed lah. Then after that, it's a 9-12 book or something, because it crossed multi-generation. So from the 1940s to 1990s, in the 1990s, they developed spaceship to invade the alien planet instead. So in the story, one thing about his story is that he keeps saying the human developed too fast, very fast. So in the story, the alien, it take 20,000 years from simple village, or was it 100,000 years from simple village to space program. Human do it in 2,000 years, which is short, which is too fast. I don't understand that.
We are way beyond 2,000.
So then
I mean, we're just 2,000 from, I would say, common written history.
Yes. So that's one. So another one. And another one I want to read from his book, Harry Turtledove, the author of 3 Miles Down. Is actually the called Minerva series. It's not a series, it's one book. So in that story, Mars is a bit closer to the sun. So as a result, there's life developed on it. So humans go to explore the planet. Soviet Union, American go there, and it's a colonization story. So that guy is very well known. Harry Turtledove is very well known for alternative history. Let me pull it out. It's actually very cool, actually. It's some very cool stuff. Ooh, inversion. Yeah, he's also very old. So it's called the World War. That's the first one they talk about is called the World War. Then the timeline series is the American Civil War did not end. Then they got Nazis in the Civil War in America. So then you have Striking the Balance, Great War. Great War is about same thing. It's actually an extension. So there is America actually fight the Civil War still in the US and all that. It's messy, but it's good. He write very comprehensive story lah. Then colonization. Was it colonization? Second contact. What's this again? Last one. Yeah, so this is an expansion of the alien invasion story. So yeah, he is well known for this kind of thing lah. Next one that I recommend. I read quite a lot. Land is also very good. Not too bad. The Nudge, Buzzkill Man, How to Run. If you really like spy stories with a nerd style of things, and it have a Lovecraftian horror on it, read Charles Stross. What you want to read is the Laundry File series. So in this one is that actually you conjure monster by doing two things: mathematics or special computer program. So you can use computer program to conjure monsters because that's how you do magic, apparently. As a result, the main character is a sysadmin, a Linux user and all that. Occasionally you see people try to do things with Python and shit. So yeah. I didn't read that many books, which is actually disappointing. I should pick some next book.
You want to look at my list? None.
Yeah, I don't want to look at your list because your list sucks. Yes, sucks. I should read this next time. I probably can only Kinokuniya do not have this anymore. I need to buy this outside. So yeah, next time. Let's see what's the top book that we have.
Last one I read was I Remember You.
Oh, okay.
From Iesa Sikuta Tortilla.
Okay, nice.
And when was that? Oh, this year. Oh, I actually read a book. Just a book.
Nice. This one is weird. I should try that. Oh well. So yeah, with this, I'm out of topic, to be honest. I'm really out of topic now. Let's see how it goes. Oh my goodness, there's a Chinese version of this book.
How do you read that? BPF 字典. Is that a 典?
Yeah, I think so. This it's too big of a word for me.
What is the English title?
It's called called BPF Performance Tools.
Okay. Translation is a BB.
Yes.
But I understand it's the peak. Yeah.
Yeah. It's on my list. I think this is a hot thing. I don't think I'm going to use it at work, but I think it's something that I hope to use in the future. How often you put it this way, people just treat code like shit anyway, so there's no thought and all that.
Don't give up. So assuming don't give up.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Don't get jaded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it is. It is. Have you tried ChatGPT?
Not yet. Everyone talks about it like crazy in the office.
Yeah, I can't get into it, but if anything, this is one way for you to make friend, I suppose.
Make me a friend.
Yes. In this case, OpenAI literally made a friend. They got a friend in the machine. Yeah, psychotic.
Or the machine.
Yeah, apparently people actually
GPT.
Yes, I can't tell if I am anymore. Who knows? Who knows, right? So yeah, with that said, shall we end early?
Yeah, sure. We just 5 minutes earlier.
Yeah. So with that said, thanks for listening because we really out of topic. So we're going to end early lah. So goodbye.
Thanks for listening.
See ya. And I forget what. Yes.
And stay safe. See you guys next year.
Stay safe. Correct.
Like our annual motto for December, don't die.
Have a fun Christmas. Buy some gift for forever. All right, I'm going to end the broadcast.
I ended it.